Welcome back to our generic crafting tutorial series. In this bonus video, I mentioned previously that we may or may not have been multiplying our craft item XP by the amount of items we crafted. And I see here that we actually are. Maybe you missed it at some point. We're just going to take the amount to craft here and multiply it by the item level before we pass that in to increase XP. And that's going to go ahead and multiply the XP we're getting when we're crafting instead of one item, right? We're crafting 50. It's going to multiply that by 50. Um, and that's just kind of how we did our XP, was based on item level. If you did yours in a different way, you might have to change this factor here. But that was what we were going to do in this bonus video, was do that multiplication. So instead, I'm actually going to make sure that we can add color to our event log tiles. So you see here when we play the game, we have all these event logs that more or less replace our print string because I also print them to the log. It's just something that I like doing. It kind of keeps everything here. If I miss something, right, nothing's going away too fast. I can scroll wherever I want and see kind of everything that's happening. But maybe I want to add color to that. So I'm going to open up my event log tile here. I'm going to take my text block, make it a variable. And I'm going to go ahead and get a color. So event construct is going to need to get a color. We're going to take our text block. We're going to set color and opacity. We can do it here. I think here is probably better. And we need to go ahead and just promote this to a variable. And we will just say this is the color. And we will make it instanced and exposed. And I think, yes, this should just be giving us a color value. So that'll be good. We can just pass that right in. And then inside of our event log itself, when we are displaying a message or making this event log tile, let's go ahead and refresh it. Now we're going to have color. So I'm just going to pass color into the display message, which is that custom event there. And in our BPFL add event log, now instead of just having message come in, we're going to add color as well. So our Debug HUD, refresh that node, and now it should have sorry. Our add new event log also needs this pin. Basically everywhere that you displayed this message, I know we did a lot of stuff there, is going to need to just add that pin. And then in our player controller, when we actually call this custom event, we'll throw the color in there. And now the color is going to pop up inside our BPFL. So whenever I call this, I can just go ahead and add the color in. Now, since this is slate color, I'll just change this to linear color. And we will make the slate color here and plug the linear color in here. So I noticed that if we actually just add color in here, if we take in a linear color, for some reason that decided it was going to make all of our event logs a clear color. And I'm not 100% sure why it decided to do that, even though our default value was white. So what I'm going to do instead of adding color as an input on our BPFL add event log, so I'm actually just going to make a custom enum here. I'm going to go to blueprints, and we're going to go to enumerator. And I'm just going to say e log type. And I'm going to add a few in here. So I'm going to add like none. I'm going to add error. I'm going to add message. And I'm going to add like player or something. Just kind of whatever you're going to want to categorize your logs by. That way, if I add that in instead of color, if I add log type, I don't know why I removed it in the first place. If I add e log type instead of color, then I should be able to come off of here and select my specified color, or instead just select our color here off of this log type and make all of these. We should not have that same issue where it decided it was going to be blank. Or at least I hope not. Whoop. We'll do that. For none, I'll make this a white color. For error, I'll make it a red color. For message, I'll make it a blue color. And for this other one, this random player one, I'll make it a green color. Just add a little bit of color to my event logs here. I'll go ahead and compile, save that a few times. Everything in the game is going to need to be saved since everything in the game uses this. Something to keep in mind. And now they all added in correctly, so that is good. Let's go ahead and change one inside of our vendor. So I will open up the event logs in my vendor, and we'll just change this to like message. So we have that one, and we have this one up here. We'll just change those to message or message. And maybe all the ones inside of my player, right? I'll add as player. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing in here, but I'll just add them as player. And yeah, go ahead and restore that to default as player. And we'll add this one as player. So hopefully when I do this stuff, it'll work. And yeah, now we see that the vendor is in this purple color. Our normal is still in the white color, and if I pick up an item, I believe it should be in the player color. It was not in the player color. Maybe it was when I craft an item. It was when I craft an item. We got this XP gain to 0, which is actually XP gain to 1000, but it showed up that green color for being in the player. Same thing if I wanted to go in the game instance here, where we have our saved, and maybe we want those to be error. I don't know why you would want them to be error. I'm just going to add a little bit of color here, just to kind of show how we can use these colors. We see that it came up as saving. So just a little something extra there if you want to add some flair into your event logs. You can make an enumerator here of what type of log you're going to use and go ahead and specify your colors, and then just pass in the color all the way through from your player controller to your debug HUD, to your display message, and to your event log tile creation. And then when you create that event log tile, just make sure your text block is a variable and go ahead and set the color of it. Again, for some reason, if we just add this color, the specified color, straight into the event log, for some unknown reason, it decides it's going to make it transparent, even if you set the default color to white. So just add an enum in there of, log type, and that'll help you sort out your logs, maybe get a little bit more visual with them so you kind of know exactly what's going on. And if you really wanted to go down and deep with that, you could have a log for every different type of actor that is going to use this event log inside of your game. Totally up to you. Just a little bonus extra I wanted to throw in there for you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'm going to try to come up with a few more bonus episodes to liven things up a bit. If you're enjoying the videos so far, I urge you to join our Patreon. For just $3 a month, you'll get access to all of the videos in this series as soon as I create them. Always available on Patreon, always free, and ready to go. You'll also get a copy of the example project so you can follow along step by step with a real visual guide in the project.